What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and we're doing Fail Friday. Fail Friday is a series where I answer questions sent in to me, and I do it every Friday. And these questions range from a different topic and perspective. Most of them are about girls. If you'd like to have your question answered on Fail Friday, sapphirewings30@hotmail.com. This week's gameplay is basically donated to us by Kill a Tank. You can check his channel out in the description. Let's go and get to the first question. It was, hey Wings, my name is Dave, and I'm a huge fan. I've been watching your videos for nearly 3 years, and you're the only virtual commentator I watch consistently. My question is this: what political party do you support and why? I'm interested in hearing your thoughts about the upcoming presidential election. Well, Dave, here, this might be a little sad and melancholy, but I don't really like any of the candidates that are running right now. A lot of people go Republican or Democrat and they vote whoever their party, elects at that point. I'm not that way. I kind of actually listen to the ideals and things of people, and I can't really get excited about a candidate. The last candidate I was excited about was Mike Gravel, which that was almost eight or 9 years ago. Who knows if the guy's still alive? Because I liked his personality. I liked what he pretty much set out to go do. I'm not very naive, and I don't expect a president to do anything he ever says he'll do, because how often do you actually see a president do anything other than send us to war or raise taxes? That's just what they do. Do I think Mitt Romney would be better than Obama? I don't know. To be perfectly honest, what does Mitt Romney bring to the table? He's got a lot of money, he has good business sense, but there's a difference in business sense and doing what you want to do. Just because you're good at running businesses does not mean you'll be good at running a country, because when you run a business, the whole premise of the business is to make as much money as humanly possible. When you run a country, that's not the same thing. You got to basically make money, but at the same time spend money efficiently. And there's other outcomes you got to do. You got to spend money in areas where you're not going to make money at all. For example, stuff like welfare or food stamps, but they're very much needed. I just don't really think either candidate is ready for that, even though one of them is already president. But let's go on to the next question. Next question is from Mike. Hi Wings, I've only seen your first video yesterday, and I only saw your first video yesterday, and I needed someone desperately to answer a question of mine. I'm 16 years old, I live in Belgium, and I have no life. If I don't have to be at school, I'm either playing Call of Duty or World of Warcraft. My problem is I'm very disappointing everybody around me. My school is suffering bad, and outside of school I have no social life at all, and I'm interested in nothing but games, and more games. My mother and I constantly argue about this, and I want to make it clear I can perfectly make a living out of gaming, which I probably cannot. Please help. Alright, dude. I actually know a good bit about this, because this was pretty much my life growing up. I mean, I either watched movies, played video games, or whatever. And let me tell you, my answer in high school was to basically get a social life, was to actually integrate them. Believe it or not, some of the people that live in that you go to school with likes games too, and they like games like board games. Like, I started playing Dungeons and Dragons in 9th grade of high school, and that kind of got me excited because it helped me branch out and actually make friends. And once you make friends, you kind of like break the boundaries of your zone, because no matter how fun Call of Duty is or how fun World of Warcraft is, it doesn't beat human interaction. Your whole life you're going to long for human interaction, because humans are clan animals. We move in packs, nomadic tribes and so on and so forth. And the only way to get out of Call of Duty or World of Warcraft is to go cold turkey. World of Warcraft is the one you're going to have to be hard time breaking away from, because Call of Duty, it's whatever. Call of Duty is a game that you just pop in and play 10 minutes. Where World of Warcraft, you have clans and guilds and raid times and all this, and you feel like you're letting somebody down by not being there. And you feel like you have a sense of importance. And I guess the same thing could be happening with Call of Duty now, with Call of Duty Elite and clan matches. But I don't know anything about that, because I never took a part of it. The best thing to do is to find somebody your age and actually go out and do things. I'm pretty sure your parents are arguing with you because of a couple things. You're probably getting out of shape. You're probably just being a drain. Your school's suffering. You're at a point in your life right now where you don't need things to influence you negatively, such as as video games taking all your attention away, because you got to make life decisions whether you know it or not right now. Because I don't know how your parents are, but they probably don't want you to stay under their umbrella your entire life. And as much as you find Call of Duty and World of Warcraft fun right now, just think about life ahead of time. They're not really giving you any life skills, and it's very hard to make a living out of video games. There's a couple fields that you can actually go into, especially if you want to make a living out of video games, such as graphic design, but doing like stuff like you see like me or Woody's Gamertag or Only Use Me Blade. I mean, those are shooting star careers. These are something that you don't plan on happening, and it ends up happening. And even then, there's not a lot of longevity with it. It's not a job that you can depend on through and throughout. When I worked at a steel mill, one of the big things that everybody talked about is how often do you need steel? How often is this how long can you corner a market? And that's the thing. How long can a market be cornered? How long is video commentary? How long is people going to watch video games on the internet? How long is YouTube going to be around? These are just questions. I mean, there's always something bigger and better. At one point in life, you thought MySpace was the shit, Nothing would beat MySpace, and all of a sudden comes Facebook. Now look what's happening to Facebook. They've lost $20 billion in the first week on the market. They're slowly spiraling out of control, and eventually somebody's going to come up with an idea to beat them. That's what you call an entrepreneurial market. So what you got to do, dude, is just go cold turkey. I know it sucks. Maybe you need to sell your consoles. Maybe you need to uninstall World of Warcraft and break the disc. And once you do take those steps, I by no means saying forget about gaming in your life, because I've gamed since I was the age of 5. I probably game to the day I die. But you got to kind of balance it. There has to be a yin to the yang. And if you're so addicted to something, it's best to go cold turkey, or just take it out of your life. I mean, look at it like this in another venue. Like, say you smoke crack cocaine. I know this is out there, but could you keep crack cocaine away? Could you keep crack cocaine as part of your life if you want to change the way your life is going? No, you have to take crack cocaine completely out of your life and become sober to actually move on with life. And that's probably where you need to be concentrating on, is moving on with life. There is no, explain to your mother that you can make a good living out of video games. I mean, if you have the talent and you want to give it a try, go for it. But the fact is, you have no capital to actually start it up, and it's an entrepreneurship that needs capital to start up. So it's best to start concentrating about school, because it might not seem important now, but it's actually something that's going to be very important later on in life. Because one thing you don't want to be is no skilled labor. Being no skilled labor means you're going to be working on fucking rooftops and digging ditches your whole life, and it'll burn you up. Just do one day of it. Just do one day of digging a ditch, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, let's go on to the next question. I guess we'll do one quick one. This one's from Ramus. Hey Wings, I lost my girlfriend for 21 months and 2 weeks, but I still love her. I don't have no idea how to get over her. She was my first girlfriend, my first kiss, and my first person I've ever had sex with. Would love some tips. Like your honesty in your videos. Keep it up. Alright, buddy. You ever heard the term that the best way to get over the loss of a dog is to buy another dog? Same thing here. You can't really hold on to a relationship if somebody else has already moved on. Just like you can't fend a marriage that's failing by yourself. A relationship requires two people. And if you don't have two people, there's no use to dwell on it. Maybe you should actually go out and try to use some of the skills and some of the experiences you've had with your previous girlfriend to woo another girl. And you quickly see that there's a lot of fish in the sea, dude. I mean, I know you might think in your head right now she was Mrs. Right, she was everything, but the fact is, you lost her. And I mean, the word loss is very technical. It doesn't. It leaves a lot of possibilities. And I don't want to like step on any toes, but she's no longer there at that point. And moving on is probably the best thing to do in this situation. But that's Fail Friday for this week. I'm sorry, I'm extremely sleepy, and I kind of actually forgot about this. So I came up here and did it a little earlier. But if you want your question answered on Fail Friday, please put a hashtag Fail Friday. And as always, let's keep this series going with more questions. And SapphireWings30 at hotmail.com. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.